After work that day, I went to pick up my niece from school, never expected to run into my ex-girlfriend. My heart tightened. I tried to sneak away, pretending not to see her, but she blocked me right there. I had to force a smile and say hello, wanting to escape. I quickly said I had to take my daughter home, but the next second my niece exposed my lie with one sentence, seeing my ex laugh. I was completely at a loss. 4 years ago, I was still in college the first time I met her. She was the campus goddess everyone admired. I fell for her at first sight, so I planned a fake coincidence in the library, took the chance to talk to her, but I was too nervous and held her hand way too long. Her face turned bright red with shyness to win her over. I even joined a competition from her major and ended up winning the gold medal, then confessed to her in public. That's how we got together later. She even followed me to volunteer in rural schools. Looking at my sunny personality, she thought she was the happiest girl on earth. She dreamed of marrying me, but everything collapsed in senior year on my birthday. She had prepared a surprise gift and was planning to propose to me, but I ruined everything. I pushed away her flowers and coldly said I wanted to break up. She froze on the spot and I fought the urge to look back. Never imagined 4 years later she'd become my new boss the first time I saw her at work. I quickly hid my face behind some papers, afraid she'd recognize me. When she asked what was wrong, I said I had a stiff neck. She looked at me and said I had to finish last month's report today. I had no choice but to agree, but I knew asking me to do a month's work in half a day was pure revenge. Yet seeing my frustration, she smiled like she was enjoying it to finish faster. I went to my friend after some begging and bargaining. He finally agreed to help, and I managed to finish just before the end of the day. Checking the time, I realized it was time to pick up my niece. So I planned to hand in the report and leave, but when I opened the office door again, I was stunned by her familiar face. Suddenly I recalled the day I first fell for her. I quickly snapped out of it and handed her the completed report, but she teased me, asking why I wasn't hiding my face this time. Seeing my work done so fast, she handed me 3 more proposals due tomorrow. I knew she was making things hard, trying to force me to quit, but I thought of my sick sister and my niece's tuition, so I smiled and agreed. Then she noticed I was still wearing the bracelet she gave me and started wondering if I had a reason for breaking up back then. Meanwhile, my friends found out the new boss was my ex and rushed over to ask questions. But she came to me just then, said the proposals weren't urgent, and even invited me to a clinic for my stiff neck. My friends immediately disappeared. I panicked and refused, saying I had to pick up my daughter. But right after I picked up my niece, I noticed my ex was watching me. Then my niece saw her too and said the woman from my phone photos was here. I quickly warned her not to talk nonsense, then lied and said she was my daughter planning to leave. But my niece confessed her real identity, then whispered to my ex that my phone was full of her photos. Hearing that, she was instantly overjoyed. The next day, she looked at our sweet old photos and swore to win me back. Just then, I entered her office, and when she handed me the quarterly results, I froze. It was a termination letter. I slammed my badge on the table in anger, but accidentally spilled a cup of water, soaking her skirt. Seeing her flustered, I instinctively helped wipe it, and when I noticed she was hurt, I gently treated her wound, but that ambiguous scene was seen by her secretary at that exact moment.